You ever wonder why making smart money decisions feels so hard sometimes? You know you should save more, invest wisely, and avoid debt. But something always seems to get in the way. It's not just about willpower or knowing the right strategies. What if I told you the biggest obstacles to your financial freedom aren't the economy, your salary, or even inflation? Have you ever bought something you didn't need just because it was on sale? Or held onto a losing stock hoping it would rebound, even when your gut said otherwise? You're not alone, and you're not crazy. You're just human. And that means your brain is full of invisible traps that sabotage your money decisions. It's often your own brilliant, yet sometimes flawed brain. Today, we're diving into the wisdom of a legendary investor, Charlie Munger, who identified 25 cognitive biases. Basically, mental shortcuts that can lead us astray, especially with our money. Understanding them is your superpower to building real wealth and a financially free life. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's billionaire partner, identified 25 cognitive biases that quietly control how we think, feel, and act, especially with money. Understanding these biases isn't just about becoming wiser. It's about protecting your wallet, making smarter investments, and building a life that actually works. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's longtime business partner, believed that mastering these psychological tendencies was crucial to making better decisions in life and in investing. He wasn't talking about complex algorithms or market predictions, but about understanding human nature. By learning how your brain can trick you, you can consciously make choices that serve your long-term financial goals, not sabotage them. Let's unpack these powerful insights and see how they apply directly to your personal finances. First, reward and punishment. Super response tendency. Never, ever think about something else when you should be thinking about the power of incentives. Charlie Munger. We're not as rational as we think. We're trained, like Pavlov's dog, to chase rewards and dodge pain. Marketers know this. Credit card companies know this. And if you're not careful, your bank account will feel it too. In your money life, this shows up in cashback credit cards that seduce you into overspending, or payday loans that offer quick relief, with a long-term sting. Your brain gets hijacked by dopamine, not data. Munger didn't just observe this, he weaponized it in business. Show me the incentive, and I will show you the outcome. Action tip. Design your own reward system. For every $100 you save, reward yourself with a small, meaningful experience, not another purchase. If companies use incentives to take your money, you can use them to keep it. Second, liking, loving tendency. You like someone, you ignore the flaws. You love a product, you overpay. That's how it works. Charlie Munger. We're not judging machines. We're feeling machines who rationalize after the fact. When we like someone or something, logic takes a back seat. Think about it. We buy skincare not just for what it does, but who endorses it. We trust financial advice from someone charismatic, even when it's garbage. In your money life, it shows up when you choose a popular brand over a better product, just because the influencer is relatable. Or when you stick with a bad financial advisor because they seem nice. You're not thinking critically, you're just vibing. Munger's take, liking is blinding, and in business, that's dangerous. If the guy delivering the pitch is charming, check your wallet. Action. Tip. Set up a decision filter. Before buying or investing, ask, do I like this person, product? Would I still trust it if I didn't? Liking is fine, but not at the expense of clarity. Third, disliking form a hating tendency. You can't reason someone out of a position they didn't reason themselves into, especially if they hate you. Charlie Munger. Hatred narrows your field of vision. When we dislike someone, we dismiss their ideas, even when they're objectively good. In your money life, you ignore a smart financial strategy just because it came from someone you don't like, or avoid investing in a company just because the CEO rubs you the wrong way. That's not rational. That's emotional sabotage. Munger knew this. Dislike distorts judgment. It makes smart people do stupid things. Action tip. Separate the message from the messenger. Next time someone you don't like offers advice, ask, would I still dismiss this if it came from someone I respect? Fourth, doubt avoidance tendency. The human mind hates uncertainty. It wants closure, even if it's wrong. Charlie Munger. When things get confusing, we rush to conclusions just to stop the discomfort. We'd rather be decisively wrong than temporarily unsure. In your money life, this shows up when you panic sell in a market dip or rush into buying a house because prices might go up. You don't pause to evaluate. You just decide to decide. Munger's strategy? Sit on your hands until a fat pitch comes along. Action. Tip. Build a 24-hour rule. Before making a major financial decision, sleep on it. Doubt isn't danger. It's your brain asking for time to think. Fifth, inconsistency, avoidance tendency. Humans want to appear consistent, even when they're dead wrong. Charlie Munger. We cling to our past beliefs, even if new evidence proves us wrong. Why? Because admitting change feels like admitting weakness. In your money life, you keep throwing money at a bad stock because you believed in it, or you stick with a budget that isn't working just to avoid looking flaky. That's not commitment. That's ego. Munger again. If you can't change your mind, you can't grow your wealth. Action. Tip. Adopt a scientist mindset. Ask yourself weekly, what money belief have I updated lately? If the answer is none, you're not learning. You're just looping. Sixth, curiosity tendency. Curiosity is the engine of wisdom, but most people never turn the key. Charlie Munger. Most folks stop learning after school. But wealth builders? They stay curious forever. In your money life, you read investment books for fun. You question the fine print. You ask, why does this work? Instead of, what's the shortcut? Munger's entire life was built on one habit: constant curiosity. Action. Tip. Set a curiosity quota. One new financial concept per week. Learn about ETFs. Dig into compound interest. Read one smart investor's strategy. Curiosity doesn't just make you smarter, it compounds. Seventh, Kantian fairness tendency. People crave fairness, even in a world that doesn't guarantee it. Charlie Munger. We want things to feel just. We're wired to hate unfair advantage, even if it's profitable. In your money life, you pass on a raise because others didn't get one. You avoid charging what you're worth because it feels unfair. But guess what? The market isn't fair. It's functional. Munger's lens. Fair is where you go to get funnel cake. Reality doesn't care what you think is fair. Action. Tip. Don't aim for fair. Aim for effective. Charge what you're worth. Ask for what you've earned. Use the system, but don't be shackled by it. 8. Envy, jealousy tendency. Envy is the only one of the 7 deadly sins that gives you no fun. Charlie Munger. Nothing messes with financial peace like comparison. You're doing fine until you see someone else doing better. In your money life, you buy that Tesla because your neighbor did. You jump into crypto because your cousin posted his gains. That's not strategy, that's status anxiety. Munger's insight: someone will always have more. If that ruins your day, you'll never win. Action tip: unfollow lifestyle flexers. Instead, follow people who teach. Replace comparison with curiosity. What can I learn from this person's path? 9. Reciprocation tendency. We're hardwired to return favors, even when it's against our own interest. Charlie Munger. This bias is why free samples work, and why people fall for limited time offers. Feel like you owe them something. In your money life, you buy from a friendly insurance agent, even though it's overpriced, or sign up for a course because the creator gave a free ebook. You're not buying value, you're buying guilt. Action tip: pause before you repay a favor. Ask, would I buy this if I felt no obligation? Gratitude is good, but financial clarity is better. 10th, influence from mere association tendency. Hang out with losers and you'll pick up their habits. Hang out with winners and you might catch a few too. Charlie Munger. You become the average of what you consume: media, people, habits. In your money life, if you follow broke influencers who glamorize debt, you'll normalize it. If your group jokes about being bad with money, you'll stay that way. Munger didn't take chances. He curated his inputs like his portfolio. Action. Tip: audit your feed. Remove 5 people or channels that push poor financial habits. Replace them with 5 that teach wealth building. Your future is influenced by what surrounds you now. 11th, simple, pain-avoiding psychological denial. If the truth is too painful, the brain just deletes it. Charlie Munger. We lie to ourselves, not with words, but with silence. We ignore bad news. We bury debt. We pretend everything's fine. In your money life, you avoid checking your bank balance. You keep swiping your credit card while ignoring the statement. You convince yourself that everything will work out without a plan. That's not optimism. That's avoidance. Munger's view? Reality doesn't disappear just because you close your eyes. Denial is a luxury you can't afford. Action tip: create a financial honesty hour once a week. Review your expenses. Look at your savings. No filters, no shame, just facts. Pain is temporary. Clarity is profitable. 12th, excessive self-regard tendency. You think you're above average? So does everyone else. Charlie Munger. Overconfidence is a silent killer. We think we're better investors, better spenders, better decision makers, until reality humbles us. In your money life, you DIY your investments with no research. You assume you can handle debt because you've got this. You ignore advice because you know better. But success doesn't reward ego. It rewards humility. Munger's reminder: it's remarkable how much long-term advantage people like us have gotten by trying to be consistently not stupid. Action tip: do a check your blind spots audit. Ask a friend to review one of your financial decisions. If you can't explain it clearly, you probably don't understand it fully. 13. Over-optimism tendency. Optimism is cheap. Discipline is rare. Charlie Munger. We want things to go well, so we assume they will. But hope isn't a strategy. In your money life, you assume your business will make profit next month. You invest based on hype, not homework. You ignore risk because it'll work out. This is the casino mindset, and casinos don't lose. Munger's advice: temper hope with math. Expect trouble as a cost of doing business, and plan for it. Action. Tip: Use base rate thinking. Before acting, ask, what usually happens in this situation? Hope for the best, but budget for reality. 14th deprival superreaction tendency. Take something away, and people go crazy, even if they didn't want it before. Charlie Munger. We overreact to loss. The idea of losing something hurts more than the joy of gaining it. In your money life, you refuse to cancel that subscription, even though you don't use it. You can't sell that stock that dropped because you don't want to lock in the loss. That's not a strategy. That's emotional attachment. Munger didn't play that game. Losses that are known and limited are better than the illusion of maybe. Action tip. Practice clean cuts. When something no longer serves you, unsubscribe, sell, move on. Don't bleed slowly. Heals quickly. 15th social proof tendency. If everyone's doing it, it's probably too late to profit from it. Charlie Munger. We assume that if others are buying, joining, or following, it must be the right move. But crowds don't build wealth. They chase it. In your money life, you jump into trending stocks or NFTs. You lease a luxury car because everyone in your circle did. You follow financial advice from viral TikToks. That's not wisdom. That's sheep thinking. Munger's filter. Beware the madness of crowds. Your job is to stay rational when others panic or party. Action tip. Build a why am I doing this checklist. If your only answer is because others are, that's a red flag. Be early or be different, but don't be blindly average. 16th. Contrast, misreaction tendency. Show someone a $500 watch after a $5,000 suit, and they'll think it's a deal. Charlie Munger. Our brains don't evaluate in isolation. We compare, often poorly. In your money life, you overspend because the price looks cheaper next to something expensive. You justify a $200 dinner after saving $20 on a coupon. It's an illusion, not value. Munger's insight. Marketers use contrast to manipulate. Investors must learn to detach. Action tip. Evaluate everything on its own merit. Ask, would I still consider this a good decision if it was the only option I saw today? 17th. Stress influence tendency. Stress makes you stupid. It overrides logic with survival. Charlie Munger. Under pressure, our thinking narrows. We look for quick exits instead of smart moves. In your money life, you take out high-interest loans to buy time. You sell stocks in a panic. You take the first job offer, even if it's a mismatch, because bills are due. That's not financial planning. That's financial firefighting. Munger's move. He created buffers, cash reserves, quiet time, and space to think. Action tip. Build a stress budget. Set aside 3 to 6 months of living expenses. It's not just savings. It's a decision-making shield. When you're calm, you think clearer and choose better. 18. Availability. Misweighing tendency. What's easy to recall gets overweighted. What's important often gets ignored. Charlie Munger. The mind grabs what's recent, loud, or emotional, and mistakes it for the truth. In your money life, you invest based on news headlines. You fear flying but drive recklessly. You think tech stocks are safe because they always go up based on last year. You're not evaluating reality. You're chasing whatever's top of mind. Munger's method. Don't let what is vivid drown out what is vital. Action. Tip. Track data, not drama. Before making a financial move, research long-term trends. not short-term noise. Good decisions aren't loud. They're layered. 19th, use it or lose it tendency. Skills, like muscles, atrophy without effort. Charlie Munger. If you stop practicing smart thinking, you forget how to think smart, and that costs you. In your money life, you stop tracking expenses, you stop learning about markets, you let automation take over and drift into passive mistakes. Growth is a use it or lose it game. Munger sharpened his edge daily. He read constantly, questioned habitually, and avoided stagnation like the plague. Action tip: build a mental gym. Set 20 minutes a day to actively learn something that improves your financial IQ. Reading, analyzing, debating. Use your brain like it's a business. 20th, drug misinfluence tendency. Chemicals change behavior. You're not above biology. Charlie Munger. Caffeine, alcohol, prescriptions. Every substance influences your thinking, subtly or drastically. In your money life, you impulse shop when buzzed. You invest recklessly under the influence. You agree to terms you'd reject when sober. Even mood enhancers can be money enders. Munger's clarity came from clean habits. He understood that altered states lead to altered fates. Action. Tip: make major financial decisions stone-cold sober. Clear mind equals clearer money moves. If you're not fully present, you're not fully in control. 21st, senescence misinfluence tendency. Old age brings wisdom, but also erosion. Know the difference. Charlie Munger. As we age, some cognitive functions decline, even if experience deepens. But few people admit it. In your money life, you rely on outdated strategies. Resist tech that could help. Let inertia replace insight. You confuse "I've seen this before" with "I understand this now." Munger, even in his 90s, updated his thinking. Constantly. Action tip: do a mental tech check annually. Ask, have I updated my financial tools and tactics in the past year? Stay current, not just experienced. 22nd, authority misinfluence tendency. Humans obey authority, even when it's harmful. That's dangerous. Charlie Munger. A suit, a title, a blue check mark. None of these guarantee good advice. But we often follow blindly. In your money life, you invest based on a YouTuber's picks. You hire a financial advisor without vetting. You trust someone just because they sound confident. That's not respect. That's surrender. Munger's rule: always ask, by what authority and based on what evidence? Action. Tip: verify before you trust. If someone gives you financial advice, look into their track record, not their resume. 23rd, twaddle tendency. Most conversations are noise. Most advice is fluff. Charlie Munger. We love to talk, and we especially love to sound smart. But empty words lead to empty wallets. In your money life, you get lost in Reddit debates. Follow financial podcasts that entertain but don't educate. Talk about goals more than you act on them. That's twaddle. And Munger had no time for it. Action tip: practice. No twaddle consumption. Ask, does this content help me take action, or just make me feel informed? Choose substance over sizzle. 24th, reason-respecting tendency. If you give people a reason, any reason, they'll often accept it, even if it's bogus. Charlie Munger. We want explanations, even bad ones. The moment someone says "because," we lower our guard. In your money life, a marketer says, "This crypto is booming because it's the future." You hear, "Buy now." A friend says, "Real estate always goes up because it's land." You believe it. Reason is not truth. Munger dissected logic like a surgeon. He didn't respect reasons. He tested them. Action tip. Play devil's advocate. Every time you hear a reason, ask, what's the counterpoint? Truth survives scrutiny. Hype does not. 25th Lollapalooza tendency. When multiple biases stack up, you don't just get mistakes, you get disasters. Charlie Munger. This is the grand finale. One bias is manageable. But when 5 hit you at once, you're toast. In your money life? Picture this. A friendly influencer, liking bias, pushing a limited time deal, scarcity, endorsed by a celebrity, authority. Everyone's doing it, social proof, and you're buzzed, drug misinfluence. You buy, you regret. Welcome to a Lollapalooza effect. Munger's genius was avoiding these pileups. Action tip: slow down. When emotions spike, pause. That's a red flag. Be aware of bias stacking. Build an anti-bias checklist. Before big financial decisions, pause. Ask, am I emotional? Am I rushed? Am I following the crowd? If the answer's yes to more than one, walk away. That's a lot, right? Awareness is the first and biggest step. Knowing these biases exist gives you the power to pause, reflect, and make more intentional financial decisions. It's about being your own best financial psychologist. Here's your challenge for this. Pick just one of these 25 biases that you feel impacts you the most. Then, try to implement one of the actionable tips we discussed. Maybe it's setting up an automated savings transfer to counteract inconsistency avoidance, or consciously avoiding financial chatter to counter twaddle tendency. Remember, financial wisdom isn't about being perfectly rational all the time. It's about continuously learning, adapting, and understanding the quirks of your own mind. By outsmarting these biases, you're not just saving money, you're building a foundation for a truly empowered financial future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.